The nearly $3 billion from the project came from federal settlement money following the 2010 BP oil spill, and what's left will still go toward restoring Louisiana's coast. According to a ThreadUp resale report, 60% of consumers reported they would seek more secondhand fashion options if tariffs raised the price of new clothing. Here at the Syracuse Police Department, a special unit is routinely investigating illegal use of ATVs on the road. According to a study by the Society of Family Planning, from 2022 to 2024, more than 12,300 abortions occurred through shield laws. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, Louisiana would have to spend $238 million of its own budget to maintain the current SNAP benefits for its residents. Any changes made to the state's accreditation process must comply with the U.S. Department of Education's rules to receive full federal support. From Hurricane Katrina to Hurricane Ida, New Orleans is no stranger to natural disasters, disasters that often leave the city leaning on FEMA for relief. But now, Homeland Security is calling for a change. The proposal to dismantle FEMA and give states more control has shifted to talks of rebuilding the agency. General Russell Honore, who led military relief during Hurricane Katrina, says this approach will only hurt.
I think it will have an enormous impact because without FEMA, each state would be going to various branches of the government to seek assistance. So, no, it doesn't make sense to get rid of FEMA and think that every state can replicate what FEMA does. That's a bad idea.
The idea of rebuilding FEMA has left many wondering what rebuild actually means and what could be lost in the process. Residents like Robert Mitchell, who's weathered storm after storm, is concerned. Mitchell says federal help hasn't been perfect, but it is essential.
FEMA need to step up to the plate because they will leave a lot of people out if they don't do it the right way. And people need that. There's a lot of folks that need them more than others, I know, but we're all one and they need to take care of everybody. Should be accountable.
With hurricane season in effect, General Honore suggests residents prepare by creating an evacuation plan and storing food and water in case of a disaster. FEMA is one of many organizations that residents can turn to for help. Emergency Legal Responders, an organization who's been helping families since 2017, says FEMA should collaborate closely with grassroots organizations so no one is left behind.
So by being more present and more involved and more part of the infrastructure at a local or state level, FEMA could have more impacts.
In a statement to WGNO, FEMA says there's no uncertainty about what they'll be doing this hurricane season, but it's still unclear what these changes will actually mean for neighborhoods here at home. For WGNO News, I'm Autumn Ryan in Washington, D.C. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Muriel has signed onto a letter calling on Congress to take action against abortion pill shipments to states where the procedure is illegal. The letter recommended federal legislation that removes all state-level legal protections for providers and patients who send abortion medication, otherwise known as shield laws. Attorney General Muriel said in an X post, quote, "Out-of-state abortion pill peddlers are violating the criminal laws of Louisiana and other states across the country that choose life. They aren't providing health care. They're drug dealers."
Very much believe in the federal role on the issue of abortion.
Anti-abortion organizations like Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America are in favor of removing shield laws.
I would say that there are so many better options in the state of Louisiana with the wonderful pregnancy centers that come alongside women when they have unexpected pregnancies.
22 states and Washington, D.C. have some form of abortion shield laws. The national divide is leading women in states with restrictive laws to seek abortion pills from out of state. According to a study by the Society of Family Planning, from 2022 to 2024, more than 12,300 abortions occurred through shield laws. Without these protections, women in states with limited abortion access have fewer options for terminating a pregnancy. The president of the National Abortion Federation says, quote, "Shield laws are a critical safeguard for abortion access. They protect providers who are practicing consistent with the laws of their own state, and they ensure that patients everywhere can access safe, effective, FDA-approved abortion medication." In Louisiana, abortion is still illegal, although there are exceptions to save the life of the mother. For WGNO News, I'm Autumn Ryan in Washington, D.C. Syracuse residents laced up their running shoes for the 17th annual Cupid's Chase 5K to raise awareness and money for housing and job opportunities for people with disabilities. The clock was ticking as runners made their way back around to the finish line at Onondaga Lake Park. Even four-legged friends got in on the action. Many runners brought their dogs with them. One runner, Trinity Grimward, says everything she's learning as a counselor in training made the run very important to her.
It feels great, actually. I'm really happy that we get to do something to help others outside of what we already do.
It was not only the runners making a difference. The team of volunteers helped the event come together. Some roles of the volunteers included helping at the raffle table and checking in runners for the race. One volunteer, Heather Woolsey, says she loves leaving a positive impact.
The reaction of both individuals that we support, who you'll see in a little while. You'll start to see some individuals that live in our residential programs come out to be part of this event. And just seeing everybody get really, really excited about community options is the best part.
These pounding feet led to the finish line and a shiny piece of gold. The top runners for each age group took home trophies and medals. But of course, that is not why they did it. The community's love for giving back brought them together for this cause.
Appreciate the Syracuse community. These vendors that come out, again, it's freezing today. I would expect a lot of people probably inside, cuddled up watching a movie or something like that. And to see these guys come out and the community come out and support what we do, again, even for a couple hours, it's awesome.
Cupid's Chase 5K raised around $10,000 in support of their mission. I'm Autumn Ryan for NCC News.